So what was your diet like? Like, what was your eating habits like during that time?
Um,
Like, how many meals a day? This is like what?
I, oh man,
Is this a one
no,
meal a day or
I was
what?
trying to eat the thing. I was like not trying to. If the more the moose is hanging out there, the more the critters. Every critter in the forest is trying to peck at it, or mice trying to eat it and stuff. So
So one of the ways you can protect the food is
just to
by
eat
eating
it.
it.
So I was having 3 good meals a day, and then I'd like cook up some meat and go to sleep, and then wake up in the middle of the night because they're long nights, and like have some meat at night, eat a bunch at night, and then so I'd usually have a fish stew for lunch, and then moose for breakfast and dinner, and then have some for a nighttime snack because the nights were long, so you'd be in bed like 14 hours and wake up and eat and dink around and go back to sleep.
Is it okay that it was pretty low carb situation?
Yeah, I actually felt really good. I think I would have felt better if I would have had a higher percentage of fat because, it's still over more protein than if you're on a keto diet, you want a lot of fat. And so I did try to mix in like nature's carbs, different like reindeer lichen and things like that. But honestly, I felt pretty good on that diet, I will say.
How did you? What's the secret to like protecting food? What are the different ways to protect
No,
food?
yeah, it's a lot of times, in a typical situation in the woods hunting, you'll raise it up in a tree in a bag, put it in like a game bag so the birds can't peck at it, and hang it in a tree so that it cools. You got to make sure first to cool it because it'll spoil. So you cool it by whatever means necessary, hanging it in a cool place, letting the air blow around it. And then you'll notice that every forest freeloader in the woods is going to come and try to steal your food.
Yeah.
And it was just fun. I mean, it was crazy to watch, like it's all the camp jays pecking at it, or everything I did, was there was something that could get to it. If put on the ground, the mice get on it and they poop on it and they kind of mess it up. So I ultimately, it kind of just dawned on me, shoot, I'm going to have to build one of those Evenki like food caches. So I did, and I put it up there. And I thought I kind of solved my problem. To be honest, the Evenki so they would have taken a page out of they would have mixed me and Roland's solution. They built this tall stilt shelter and then put a box on the top that's enclosed. And then the bears can't get to it. The mice can't poop on it. The birds, the wolverine, it's safe. And I never finished it. And in hindsight, I don't actually know why. I think I was just the way it timed, like I didn't think something was going to get up there, then it did, and then you're like counting calories and stuff. I should have, in hindsight, just boxed it in right away. But
To get ready for the long haul.
yeah.
Is a rabbit starvation a real thing?
Yeah, so you can't just live off protein, and rabbits are almost just protein. I'd kill a rabbit, eat the innards and the brain and the eyes, and then everything else is just protein, and so it takes more calories to process that protein than you're getting from it without the fat. So you actually lose. I had, a lot of rabbits in the first 20 days. I had 28 rabbits or something, but I was losing weight at exactly the same speed as everybody else that didn't have anything. So that's interesting. Yeah, and I'd never tried that before. So I was wondering if I'm catching a ton of rabbits. I wonder if I can last 6 months on rabbits. But no, you just starve as fast as everybody else. And so I had to kind of learn that on the fly and adjust.
I wonder what to make of that. Like, so you need fat to survive, like fundamentally.
Yeah, that's And you'll notice when the wolverine came or when animals came, they would eat the skin off of the fish. They would eat the eyes. They'd steal the moose fat. They'd leave all the meat. Yeah, like behind the eyes is a bunch of fat. So, yeah, you can kind of observe nature and see what they're eating and know where the gold is.
What do you like eating when when you can eat whatever you want? What do you feel best eating?
What do I feel best? I just try to eat clean. I think I'm not like super strict on anything, but I think when I eat less carbs, I feel better. Meat and vegetables. We eat a lot of, I eat a lot of meat.
So basically everything you ate on alone plus some veggies.
I'll throw in some buckwheat. I like buckwheat.
Nice. Let's step to the early days of Jordan. So your Instagram handle is Hobo Jordo. So early on in your life, you hoboed around the U.S. on freight trains. What's the story behind that?
My brother, when he was 17 or so, he just decided to go hitchhiking, and he hitchhiked down to Reno from Idaho, where we were, and ended up loving traveling, but hated being dependent on other people. So he ended up jumping on a freight train and just did it. He pretty much got on a train and traveled the country for the next 8 years on trains, lived in the streets and everywhere. But he was sober, so it gives you a different experience than a lot. But at one point when I was, I guess, 18, he invited me to come along with him. He'd probably been doing it 4 or 5 years and or more. And I said, sure. So I quit my job and went out with him. Hobo Jordan is a bit of an overstep. I feel self-conscious about that because I rode trains across the country, up and down the coast, back, spent the better part of the year